Hey, what's going on, my friends? This is Dave Sharpe. Welcome to Wake Up Legendary. Now, here in a second, we're going to reveal what that EBM means. Okay, EBM. I wonder if there's any guesses that can pop off down in the comments before we get started here. What does EBM mean? Listen, I'm excited about this episode because the person who you're going to hear from is really a great example of what's possible, of what's possible in your life, no matter where you're at, no matter how young you are, how old you are, where you're located in the world, and also what your previous challenges were. Just like me, this guest today has overcome alcoholism and addiction and is retired now at the age of 63, pursuing an online digital new career, new journey, right? In retirement, being able to work from home, right? Or work wherever he chooses. This young at heart man has been able to build a following on TikTok of 131,000 followers. He's building up his YouTube channel as we speak. He's literally very new as of, I believe, December 2020. And we're going to reveal today how Colin uses EBM to get huge results online. So with that being said, I want to welcome Colin Audie all the way from South Africa to the show. What's up, my brother?
All good, my friend. How are you, Dave?
I'm fantastic, man. Fantastic.
How are all the guests? I hope they're okay. Hope they're excited.
Yeah, no, I'm sure they're thrilled. I'm excited. This is going to be a great session this morning. So tell us, I look at you, and I say that, I hope I'm like him when I'm your age. You know what I mean? Still fired up, still going after new things, still striving to achieve new goals. So tell us a little bit about what led you to online marketing in the first place.
Well, all I can say is that my whole life has been I wouldn't say a struggle, but like I say, I never give up. Don't give up, because once you give up, you lose everything. You need to strive for new things. You can't just sit back. I retired. If I'm just going to sit back on the, like they call it in Afrikaans, on the stoep, on the porch, and smoke a pipe. I don't smoke, but like smoke a pipe and drink coffee all day, you're going to die eventually, and you'll die quicker. Because you need to keep your mind. You need to keep this thing active. Because once you keep this active and busy with things that are that you love to do. I haven't got I won't say I don't have the physical capabilities, but at my age, you haven't got those capabilities as you had when you were 20, 25, 30. So definitely I can't be handling a jackhammer like you were at one stage. So I did the physical work for more than 40 years. In my whole year, I was in engineering. Of my whole life, I was in engineering. So I spent the last 7 years in Tanzania. And then in last year, when COVID struck, we were sent. I was in South Africa. I had to come back because I'd done a 6-month stint, and I was here coming to collect chronic medication and being here for a month. But then they blocked us. They told us, no, the mine is going on to care and maintenance. That happened for 9 months. And then after 3 months of being in care and maintenance, the mine, they started putting us on half pay. So then I started searching on the internet, how am I going to make money? So I tried drop shipping, I tried e-commerce, I tried trading, and I must tell you, I lost a lot of money. And then I dabbled in affiliate marketing a couple of years back, but I never took it seriously. I was at a full-time job, so I didn't take it serious enough. Then I was looking at YouTube videos, and I found a guy by the name of Thomas Garrett's. You must know him very well.
Yeah.
And then I watched his videos, I bought his course, and then he suggested I get onto Legendary. That's how I got into Legendary. So I did your 15-day challenge and been hooked since then. That's how I got into the, because, you can't just sit still. But as I said, if people think affiliate marketing is easy, it's not. You have to work it every single day, and you're gonna run into hassles. You're gonna run into plenty of hassles. You're gonna run into times when you want to bash your head against the wall and you think to yourself, what the hell is going on? But all I say is, don't give up. You'll figure it out. And what I must say about Legendary, I've met a couple of good buddies. I don't want to name anybody else. I'm scared I'll leave somebody out and then they feel insulted. But I've met a few good buddies on Legendary in the community, and we help each other from time to time. Because even I need help sometimes.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
Well, I need help too. It's one of the reasons why it's my sneaky ulterior motive for doing this show every day is that I get to get, inspiration and I get to get fed, right? A lot of us, we learn, as we're going to talk about here with this EBM, right? And would you like to go ahead and tell everybody what that stands for? And then I want to finish with my thought. Tell them what EBM stands for.
Okay, EBM is educated-based marketing.
Okay, so I don't know if anybody guessed that in the comments or not, but if you did, maybe we can scroll back and we'll send them a T-shirt. Somebody had that idea of sending out a T-shirt a long time ago, and I was like, oh God, that's going to be so hard. I can't even imagine doing that. And then, my wife was like, well, it's so easy. We just enter them into the website. That's how ignorant I am about sending physical products and stuff out. But anyways, that's besides the point. So if any of you guys guessed education-based marketing in the comments before Colin just said it, we'll send you a T-shirt that says "Be Legendary" on it, so you can be legendary. One of the so I forgot what I was going to say. So why don't we go into? I got off on the T-shirt tangent. Why don't we go into this whole idea of education-based marketing and why that is such a big deal for you? What was the aha moment for you that you discovered? Okay, this is going to be this is the way. This is the right strategy. Talk to us about education-based marketing. When's the first time you heard about it, and what does it mean to you?
Look, I actually started when I found Legendary in December last year. It was just after Christmas. I did the 15-day challenge, and after that, I started with TikTok only in January. I think it's the 14th of January, and I started my YouTube. I can't remember exactly, but I think it's in towards the end of February or beginning of March. And I thought of a word that I must come up with, because you can't do anything, whether you're doing TikToks or whether you're doing YouTube or whatever. You don't educate yourself how to do the TikTok. I mean, how to manage. I started off with TikToks. You look at my very first 3 TikToks, I get ashamed to look at them because I didn't educate myself. Then I decided, let me educate myself, because I'm not getting any views. I'm getting 0 views. Nothing's happening on my TikTok. The same happened on my YouTube. Then I bumped my head and said to myself, but you've just taught yourself on TikTok. Why are you not teaching yourself how to do YouTube videos? And I did the course of Thomas. So I went back to Thomas's course and reviewed it again and educated. So what I'm saying is, everything you do, doesn't matter whether you're doing a autoresponder or a sales funnel, before you tackle it, educate yourself. What do you have to do? Small education steps, I call it. That's why I say educated-based marketing. So before you start marketing, educate yourself first in all aspects, not only just the marketing. Because every little technical part is also part of it. If you make a mess up with the sales funnel, it's going to influence your leads. If you make a mess up with the autoresponder, I mean, if you don't set it up correctly, it's not going to work properly. And if you don't set your TikToks up properly, you're not going to get leads. The same with YouTube. If you don't do your YouTube videos correctly, the same thing's going to happen. So I call it educated-based marketing. That's the word I come up with. And I every day I try and remind myself. Doesn't matter. Like even today, I started a new TikTok channel because I'm doing some tests.
I love it.
I always say you must test all the time. Doesn't mean because I've got 140,000 followers that everything is smooth sailing. No, I'm not happy with that. So I've started another TikTok channel, but not marketing anything. I just want to do a test on. I'm not showing my face. I'm not my voice neither. I'm just doing videos, more inspirational videos, sort of thing. Just taking a video from Pixels, loading it up to TikTok, and then putting on text.
Yeah. I just had this hilarious idea that, I wonder, it would probably go super viral, like an unmotivated content, like everybody's like like where you're being negative and like pessimistic, like hold on, let me bring Matt, you know what I'm talking about? Like, sorry to bring you in, just, you know what I'm talking about, but where you're being sarcastic about everything.
Yes. It's like in Chicago, we used to have this restaurant called Ed DeBevick's where all the waiters and waitresses were just assholes to people.
Yeah. Like, because we're talking about testing. Colin brought up test everything. Like everything's a test in marketing, and it's just so interesting because, like if Colin, if you wanted to run like a really cool test, like I just think it would be funny to have one channel that was super motivational and like another one that was totally non-motivational and totally sarcastic and pessimistic and just funny.
Because on TikTok now, you don't have to, on your same TikTok account. Well, let's put it, I don't use the word account. You can actually have a couple of accounts under one. You just got to use different emails or different phone numbers, and you can open up and you can just switch between them. So it's very easy.
Yeah.
To actually create these TikTok accounts.
So a lot of you guys, a lot of the duets to that channel would be insane. I agree, Terry. So then you duet like the super motivational one with the totally pessimistic, sarcastic, unmotivational one. It would just be hilarious. I wanted to just shout out a couple of comments here real quick. And Sarah Lewis said, I remember you starting your TikTok journey in January after the mastermind. You've had phenomenal success. So that's Sarah Lewis. A lot of people know who you are on the show today. So I wanted to Colin just dropped a lot of gold. He dropped a lot of gold. And I want to just point out a couple of pieces in case anybody missed it. First of all, I think, and I know you know this as well, Colin, is that education or educated-based marketing, right? It's like educated-based marketing, from what I think I heard you said, educated-based marketing is I need to get educated before I start marketing. And then when I start marketing, education-based marketing is where I go out and I market through educating others. That's the style of marketing that I'm using. This is actually, I've said this. I actually heard this from a guy named Joe Polish. He's got a podcast called I Love Marketing. He kind of runs masterminds and stuff, sells information, uses the same business model that we teach here. But basically, he started out as a carpet cleaner and then turned around and he was tired of cleaning carpets. And he turned around and created a bunch of, marketing material to help other carpet cleaners grow their business. So what he did was, while still staying in an industry that he knew and loved, he went from cleaning the carpets every day to now he learned marketing. He educated himself, and then he turned around and created training that then helped other carpet cleaners grow their business. So now all of a sudden, what did he do? He's no longer cleaning the carpets, is he? He's selling information from the comfort of his home, from on his computer to other carpet cleaners. So that in the way he did that is the same way that all of us anybody who's having any success online is using education-based marketing. It's instead of just pitching or spamming or desperately trying to sell stuff all the time and saying, go to my link, buy this. It's just being that sort of used car salesman or just salesy person, right? You're educating all the time. And then at the end of your video or end of your post, you say, hey, if you're interested in my 10 steps to grow your TikTok account or how I grew my TikTok account to 100,000 in 4 months, go click the link in my bio and download my ebook, right? And then they click the link, they download the ebook, and then surprise, on the thank you page, it's, hey, that ebook is on the way to your email. Watch this video while you wait. And then, right, you sort of slowly introduce your pitch in a way that's not salesy and threatening. And that's just one example. Obviously, right in your TikTok videos or YouTube videos, you can say, hey, if you're interested in more training, click my bio, or whatever your call to action is. But it really is the key, Colin, isn't it? It's having a mentality of you educating yourself, but also educating people through your marketing. It's truly a game changer.
Now look, I've changed my strategy totally from the beginning when I was on TikTok. From when I hit the 100,000, since then I've changed the strategy completely, because I just feel that when you do what I call freebie TikToks, that's now showing them something they can do online and they can earn a little bit of bucks. Then you find people run for that. And I did a lot of those videos. And I say, that's a mistake. So what I'm giving advice to guys out there, don't do the freebies. Do one, maybe in 2 weeks, but that's about it. Because if you're going to look at my latest videos, I'm doing hardly any freebies. I'm trying to drive more traffic from my TikToks to YouTube now. That's mainly what I'm trying to do now with my TikTok. Because I find my YouTube is going to be more targeted traffic. Because doesn't mean to say because you've got 140,000 followers that all of them are buyers.
Yeah.
Most of them are dead followers, if I can put it that way. So since I changed the strategy,
yeah, I got it.
Since I changed the strategy, it's taken a while now. It's been about 3 weeks, and I'm sure that's why I also say in this game you have to be patient, and you can get impatient very quickly because you need to have patience. And something that I don't have that, unfortunately, but I'm learning it the hard way. You have to be patient.
Yeah.
And as I said, I'm always testing because you can't stop testing. It doesn't mean what I think is a lot of people think sometimes if you have 30,000 followers, you might be doing better than a guy with 200,000 followers. Look, I'm not talking, I don't want to mention names, but I know there's a guy that's hammering it on TikTok and he's doing very well. I think you know what I'm talking about. He's the exception to the rule. There's two of them, actually. Spencer and Calvin.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
They're doing very well. But I know why. And I'm learning from them, doing what they're doing. And if you go and look at their videos, you'll see they hardly ever do what I call a freebie.
Yeah.
Their content is solely around giving advice to people how to, and then trying to teach people and lure them in, giving your system, your fish system, chumming the waters first. They use a lot of videos to chum the waters and then they eat them.
He's referring to the fishing formula, which is a new formula laid out in the new affiliate marketing business blueprint. So if you own the blueprints, you got that update for free. So get in there, check that out. It's good stuff. So I think a lot of people are really inspired by you, man. I mean, I can tell just looking at the comments, just like people are like really inspired. So I just, I want to point that out and just commend you just for being inspirational. I think you're breaking barriers, man. I think that if I was to pass you on the streets, there's no way I would probably think that you were, doing online marketing, because I think we tend to stereotype people to think, oh, somebody's older or somebody's, younger or somebody's this or somebody's that. Right. But if you would speak just for a second to, I mean, obviously you've overcome alcoholism. You've overcome a lot of struggles, and you're breaking barriers right now, having, kind of been out of work. COVID kind of shook your life up. You're to a point to where, you probably don't want to go into a new physical career anyways. Who would, right? You don't want to go back out onto the job site, right? But you're overcoming a lot of odds. You're breaking through a lot of barriers, and you're doing it in a way that is really inspiring because of your attitude. So talk to us a little bit about everybody who listens, who has all these stories in their head about why not them. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm too this. I'm too that. Speak to how you view yourself doing something new and how you're able to keep the attitude that you have.
Well, Dave, I think let's go back to the how I got rid of alcohol, because it actually started there. That's where the never die attitude started. look, I was at one stage in my life. I'm not very proud of it, but I need to talk about it, and people can get a perspective of where it comes from. I was at a stage drinking a liter of wine, not wine, liter of brandy. I don't know what you guys call it in the US, maybe bourbon.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
in South Africa, we call it brana wine, brandy and Coke. I have to say to them, throw me two fingers of brandy and 4 fingers of Coke. I'm not proud of that.
I got you.
The bottle used to last four shots in a glass, and the bottle was finished. And then I'd have a 5-liter wine on top of that. That was towards the end, and I was busy drinking myself to death.
Yeah.
Then my wife and my late mother conjured up an idea to get me. I don't want to make a long story of it, to get me to a church service. I thought we were going somewhere, but I was as bubble-ass as hangover.
Yeah.
Hangover. And something, that's why I say it's a miracle. When I walked through those church doors, something happened. I didn't understand immediately. I understood it a few days later. But after I came out of that church service, I had no more, what's the word now? Craving for alcohol. None whatsoever. So since that was 15 years ago, so I've never touched drink. I never went for rehab, nothing. I've never touched alcohol since then.
Wow.
And the funny part about it is, you would have thought I would have gone back to drinking, because at that stage I didn't have a job. My wife was working, so for 7 years, 7 is a very religious number, but for 7 years I had no work, none whatsoever. So I was doing odd jobs in Cape Town, like doing a little bit of electrical work here and there, but nothing special. And I got involved in the church, and I was doing lots of things. But then I got a job by a previous army guy that I knew. He offered me a job. He actually headhunted me in Cape Town and offered me to go to work on his diamond mines. And I went and fixed a problem in Kimberley. And then I went to Tanzania. I spent 7 years there. But okay, last year when the COVID hit, but I mean, these things all, and in that 7 years, I got ripped off by somebody in the church also. Ripped off she made a court case against me, I walked away, myself, my wife, with a fridge and a bed. That was in the year 2006. That's 15 years ago. I had nothing. But okay, today I still have a house, have furniture, have a car. So it's all been given back, all been restored. The never die attitude, it comes from above. But what I'm saying is, it's you also inside you. God gives you the ability, but you need to access and listen and do. You can't just sit in your backside and think things are going to fall out of the sky, because they're not. I like it always say, when you say get off your, what do you call it, your blessed? No, it's the pastor on the TV. He says always, get off your blessed assurance and do something. That's true.
No.
Because and that's why when I'm going through a tough patch, I tap into God's inspiration, and I find looking at inspiring quotes on the internet, they help. Even making videos about them. I've been doing a few inspirational, and the funny part about it is, the TikToks about inspiration, the people love them.
Yeah.
But I use them to drive them to my link. So it's a never give up attitude.
Yeah.
Don't give up. Because if you're going to give up in life, that's not what we were put on this earth for. We weren't just put on here to give up. You put on here for a purpose. Find out what is your purpose in life. Your purpose might be to generate a lot of money. Yes, but it's not to keep it for yourself. I always say, don't keep the money for yourself. Help other people, not by dishing out. There's a good lesson in life. Teach people to fish, they can fish for themselves. And that's what you do. You teach us to fish, and then we can fish for ourselves. That means that I must go out and teach others to fish and fish for themselves. Not just hoarding money for yourself. That's not the purpose in life.
Felix Cruz said he's come up on my For You page once and joined his lives. This man is a true gem to have around with all the wisdom from his journey. So that's Felix Cruz saying that about you, Colin. Fantastic advice. Love the quote. Love the inspirational videos, Colin. Just lots of amazing feedback. King loves that you mentioned God and the Bible in your content. That's I think
Hi.
Yeah. So, I think for me, I'm real conscious of people's different spiritual and religious beliefs. So I tend to keep my personal my spiritual beliefs personal. But here's what I do know is that spirituality can mean different things to different people, and having a spiritual part of who you are, and when I say a spiritual part, I really think that that where I found the majority of my spirituality is in my darkest, toughest moments. My darkest, toughest moments. It's not when everything's going great.
No.
When I get closer to my higher power, God, my spirituality, it's in those dark moments. And I think that evolving a mental foundation, an emotional foundation, evolving and building a spiritual foundation is really, really important to being successful in life and business. And so I think that a lot of times, Colin, we human beings, people here on this live, people in this community, I think we tend to miss those dark moments and those challenges and get frustrated and wish they would be over and wish we didn't have to have them. But the truth is that, as you're saying, I'm hearing you anyways, and I can also attest and testify about my life, is that in those dark moments have been when I have found what I'm really made of, what's inside of me. Just like you're saying, God lives inside you. You get your inspiration from inside. And so I wonder, what would you say? Could you say more about embracing the tough parts of building this business and what you can learn about yourself if you view those times not as times that are horrible, but as times that can be learning lessons for you and growing moments for you?
Yeah, look, as you know, Dave, it doesn't matter what business you're in, whether you're in the mortar and brick business or whether you're doing this online marketing, there are tough times. There's always tough times. And everything can be going smoothly, and then all of a sudden you hit a brick wall. Now, that's when I call it you being tested. You tested. And it depends what you do with it. If you're going to just give up, and you know what? Sometimes you give up and you're like 2 seconds away from that big breakthrough. So why give up? Just continue and continue and continue. You don't just give up because your mind tells you, no, you're not making it. Because I've seen a lot of guys complaining, they're not getting views, they're not getting this, they're not getting that. Instead of going to look at what you're doing wrong. Look at yourself first. Don't go and point fingers at other people and stop looking at others. Look at yourself and question yourself, why is this happening? And then do a test, do a change, and be patient. We as humans, look, as I said, I'm not a patient person, but I'm learning patience very quickly, because in this game of affiliate marketing, you need to be patient, because you might just be 10 seconds or 10 days or 10 minutes away from the big breakthrough. Because I believe if you keep at it and you keep at it long enough, you will make it. It's not a sprint, like you taught me that lesson right in the beginning. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
Yeah.
And you need to look at it like that. You're not in a 100-meter sprint, you're running a marathon. Each one's marathon could be 2 months, 3 months, a year. I know Thomas Garrett, I mention his name a lot because I've got a lot of respect for him.
Yeah.
It took him a year, one whole year, before he made his breakthrough. So, I mean, if he can last out that long and have that patience, why not me? That's a question you must ask yourself. Why not me? So others, again, they're lucky. 2 months and they're making big bucks, 20,000 a month. But don't worry about that. Because we're not all going to have the same success, unfortunately. That's just how it is. That's life.
Yeah. And also, like, for example, TikTok right now, imagine if TikTok wasn't here. Imagine if TikTok didn't get invented. We'd still all be on YouTube. We'd be on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And you see how differently those grow than TikTok, right? Yeah. TikTok's like crack. It's like unleaded turbo fuel, and YouTube's a slower, longer grow, right? So
yeah, I can testify to that, because I can tell you now on YouTube, it's not like TikTok. On TikTok, within 6 weeks, I was 100,000 plus. On YouTube, I've been going now for 6 weeks. I think I've got 84 subscribers and 13 videos. So, and a video on YouTube is much longer to make. Your editing takes time. You're making the video. My wife is what I call my producer. She handles the camera and stuff. And then, I've got this, what's this mic that you plug in over here, like looking like a big TV personality. Look, I was very camera shy in the beginning, but not now. It doesn't bother me anymore. You make stupid mistakes. You plug this thing in and you forget to plug it into the cable, into the camera, because the sound was good. You're like 13 minutes into the video, then you realize, oh hell, nothing has been recorded. Mistakes like that.
I've been there 1,000 times. I've been there 1,000 times.
I mean, then you can't just go. You got to do it over.
That's life, man. That's life.
That's it. That's what it's about. Not just giving.
How many times did you go down in, what were you? Did you say you were in diamond mines or something?
Yeah, I went underground when I was in Koffiefontein. Koffiefontein is close to Kimberley in South Africa, 700 meters below the ground. I will never do that again.
How many times do you go down and you're like, oh shit, I forgot a tool or something? I can tell you that when we were doing construction, my dad and I, and he still does it. And sometimes I still pop out on a job with him from here or then, or maybe he's doing some work on, my house or whatever. And it's like, fuck, forgot that. Got to go to Home Depot again or whatever. You just get working and then you tear open a wall and there's a bunch of rotted wood and you're like, God, got to time out, stop the job. Right. It's like, that's life. That's just it's okay to be frustrated, because that's a real feeling. I'm frustrated in that moment. It's just not okay to stay there.
Yeah, look, I'll tell you a story. What happened to me? This is many years ago when I was working at Sasol, which is I don't even know, it's a coal. They make from coal. They make petrol. Yeah, in South Africa. I was working for that plant. And I was on standby the night, and I got called out late in the night, say 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, and it was still old instrumentation. I don't make the story long, but I dropped the fuse. Now I had to go a kilometer to the workshop because I didn't have any fuses in my toolbox. Now I must get into a double cab bakkie and drive back to the workshop, which is about a kilometer away. Now I'm in a hurry and I'm frustrated and I'm angry. And in my rush, I come out of this plant and I don't look left or right. Boom, and I hit the fire engine.
Oh my God.
So, big accident. Wow. So, for the fuse. So, what I'm saying is, you must learn not to be in a hurry. I take a long time to learn, because sometimes I'm still there. I want to be in a hurry, but I'm trying to make the point, drive the point down. Don't be in a hurry, because you can get yourself into trouble.
Yeah.
That's your head unnecessarily.
Yeah, I agree. And also it's all about perspective, right? So the frame that we look at our lives in. So the other way that I've learned to look at what I'm doing here, even if it's not moving as fast as I want it to move, is that where am I really going anyways? I mean, where am I in such a hurry to get to? I'm going to get wherever I'm going, which is not going to be what I think it's going to be. And then I'm going to realize I've missed all those moments that I could have been present and aware. I have these little moments with for example, right now I've got a 4-month-old and a 4-year-old in the house. And my wife, we're exhausted, man. We're tired. And there's moments that we get frustrated. But I also realize that right now, this is a precious time that I don't want to miss. I don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss the moment. So even though I'm frustrated sometimes, even though I'm tired, I don't take it out on my kids. And I try to I try to stay present. And I think that that applies also to business, that even though we may be frustrated at times, or things aren't moving as fast as we feel that they should, or we're comparing ourselves to others, every day that we're doing something or learning something new, or it's all part of the journey. And it's all, this is it, guys. This is life. Like what we're doing right now, every day. Like this is the beauty of just the process, the journey, and I think that for a long time, I'll speak for myself, like I missed that. I missed those moments for many years. Like I didn't realize that the destination was the journey, that there wasn't a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, that once I got there, I was going to see a burning bush and that I was going to jump in. You know what I mean?
No, look, important thing is your family. Never forget your family. Doesn't matter if you're doing business, your family is the one. To me, it's always God first, then family, and then work. That's how it should be, not the wrong way around. God first, your spirituality first, then your family, and then work. Because your family, doesn't matter what, if your business goes flat or something goes wrong with the business, never mind what, you still have your family and you still have God.
Yeah.
But if you do it the wrong way around, where are you going to run to?
Right.
You must never forget your family. Never, ever.
I mean, I almost lost my wife, man. I almost lost my family in this whole journey of trying to be successful and putting my work and my business in front of everything else. I almost lost my sobriety and almost lost my family, right? Because those of you who are, battling addiction or battling mental illness, which honestly is probably most of us, right? Some sort, to some degree, of depression or anxiety or all of those things, right? I mean, this is human condition. So if you have no mental illness, no addiction issues, good for you. You probably got your own set of challenges. But here's my truth is that when I was putting work first in trying to build my business and try to be successful at all, by any means necessary, and stressed out and all this, and working so hard and had all these unrealistic expectations, I almost lost my sobriety, almost lost my family. And I learned, a lot of this happened before my wife and I got married 6 years ago. We just celebrated our 6-year marriage anniversary yesterday, but we've been together for
congratulations.
Thank you. We've been together for about 13 years, and I almost lost her, almost lost my sobriety, everything, just because I was going, I was just missing the moments. I didn't have my priorities in order the way that you just described.
Look, I'm going to tell you now something about marriage. I've been married now for 31 years. But I'm telling you now, you have to work at it every day. You have to work at your relationship like you do your job. You have to work at it. If you don't work at your relationship, something's going to go wrong. It's not something that just you think, everything's honky-dory, everything is smooth sailing. It doesn't work like that. You need to work at your relationship just as much as you work at your job. And I can take my hat off to my wife, because if my wife wasn't with me, I think I would have been dead long time ago. That's why I have a lot of respect for my missus.
I agree.
And
just go ahead.
And family, as I said, is very important.
Yeah.
I tend to sometimes, even at this age, then I have to put a break on and say, okay, because my kids and my grandkids are living far, they're spread all over South Africa.
Yeah.
So I don't get to see them that often. But as I said to you, like when they're young, enjoy them, because they grow up very quickly and then they're gone.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I have a 21-year-old also. So I wanted to just say also, for those of you who are out there who are battling your spouses, wanting them to support you more and all this, what I learned also was that my wife, it was a good thing that my wife was the way that she was the way that she is, the way that she was. My wife's not a hardcore entrepreneur. She's not a hardcore risk taker. And if she was, if she was like me, we probably would have drove our life way deep down into the ground, because I've made stupid decisions in the past. I haven't made super dumb financial decisions thanks to her, but I would have if it wasn't for her. And so she brings this really, really unique balance to our lives. And instead of in the early beginning stages of our relationship, when I was just getting into entrepreneurship, I said, why don't you support me? Why don't you, all this? I wanted her to be like me. And what I failed to realize is that I wasn't also thinking about how I could support her. I was selfish and I was only thinking about myself. I was totally narcissistic and self-absorbed. And so one of the beautiful things, it was almost like a miraculous thing that happened. You talk about miracles, was I learned how to ask my wife, how can I make you feel loved and supported while I am doing my work? Or, hey, honey, I may have to work late tonight. Or so I started accepting her for who she was and being grateful for who she was. If it wasn't for her, she's the best mother and just the best at so many things. But I learned to ask her, how can I make you feel loved and supported? And that helped me to become a better leader also, because I stopped only thinking about myself and I started to worry about how I could make her feel supported. And in turn, because now all of a sudden I was acknowledging her, she started, feeling more excited to support me. And so a lot of times, again, back to your comment a second ago, was that instead of looking at everybody else, the most important thing for us is to look at ourselves. If I'm not getting the views that I want, if my spouse is not being supportive, right? I need to look at me. I need to look at what I can do different, what I can do better, right? That's a life philosophy, man. I feel like that's like the most important part of this whole game, is realizing that.
Yeah, I agree, Dave, because everything mustn't just be about you, me, and myself. It mustn't be like that. You should actually be humble enough to admit that you need help, or your wife, you must respect her viewpoint. Don't just put her in a box and say, oh, you sit there in one corner, I'm doing my thing now, I'm the man, I'm the man. You're not really. Because I'll tell you what, if take the other half away and you fall flat on your face, I'll fall flat on my face if my other half is gone. That's for sure.
For sure. And you know what? And if I do fall flat on my face, she's going to be the first one that's going to be
pick me up. Yeah.
Right?
No, that's true.
I've crawled my sorry ass back to her several times and asked for her forgiveness. You know what I mean? Like, after being an arrogant asshole, you know what I mean? Like, and eventually, like, if I was her, I would have left me a long time ago, like back when I was being a total ass. But, she's a patient woman. Like, she's, for me, I feel like for entrepreneurs, a lot of things like patience and stuff, like, in some hard-headed guys like you and I, obviously, man, patience seems to come naturally to some people. But to people like you and I, like, we really got to work hard at that, right? We got to work harder. We got to work harder at certain things,
There's a lot of things. I tell you what, patience is my biggest problem. And I'm working hard at it, to be patient and not get demotivated. That's the biggest thing. Yeah. Don't get demotivated when you being impatient. Rather learn, okay, let me carry on. In fact, do even more. That's why this morning I was sitting with myself and saying to myself, listen, stop this nonsense. Start another channel and do a test and see what happens.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong, because I've done some tests on TikTok and I've learned on my present channel. And I can tell you what I've realized is, like I said, stay away from the freebies, what I call freebies. Do content-based. Your content must be great. And also give people inspiration and show them that you can help them. Then they start, in other words, put the bait out there.
Yeah.
That fish formula of yours, if you apply it properly, they will bite. But you've got to get the waters fixed up first.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't that a great analogy?
Very great analogy.
Yeah.
In fact, you can use that analogy of your fishing formula to lots of things in life.
Yeah.
Lots of things. I'm not going to elaborate.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I mean, anything and everything, anything that you want to attract to you, you can use that, and it's a marketing formula that applies to really any product or service, but it particularly applies to the education space when we're selling information products, because essentially you're using the education-based marketing formula that you're talking about, which is becoming educated and then in your marketing educating others. So it's brilliant. You are an asset to this community. You're an asset to me. I'm so thrilled to, have had you on today, brother. And I'm hoping that we can even get you back sooner than a few months. I mean, I think everybody's enjoyed listening to you so much. The wisdom that you bring, the life experiences, the stories that you have, it's pure gold, brother. So I really appreciate your time today. And any final words you want to leave everybody with?
It's been a pleasure, Dave, and to the legendary community, thanks for listening. And I appreciate all of you. And just remember the words, don't give up. That's it. Thanks very much.
All right,
I enjoyed my time.
We'll talk to you later, buddy. All right, guys, go check Colin out. You see his TikTok handle right there. He's got a YouTube channel going and growing, and I'm sure next time he comes back, maybe he'll let us see some of the other things he's working on as well. That's a guy who you absolutely must have in your corner. You must have that guy as a part of your network. If you don't, I'd go as far as to say it'd be just totally foolish to not have him inside of your network. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I did, right? Not from me being here, but because of what Colin had to contribute today and just his energy and attitude. So join us back here tomorrow for another episode of Wake Up Legendary. I can't wait to see who we have on tomorrow. It's going to be a surprise like it is every day for both you and for me. All right. So I will see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time. For now, it's Monday. It's Monday. I think I just said it's Monday, right? First day with the new mouth. Look, get the hell out of here, huh? Hey, get the hell out of here. Would you go do something with your life, for God's sakes?